out and welcome. Happy New Year. Welcome to Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch and be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunt Hangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunt Hangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunt Hangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name and you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunt Hangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in but just enjoy watching this on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. You can enter your questions or comments in the chat box right over here. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show, but sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so please be patient. And I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do this during a live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos, the contest coverage that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Please consider joining Stunt Hangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member myself, and I don't have to do that. And I have the $4.99 come out of my own checking account each and every month. And I don't miss it, and I suspect you won't miss it either. You also can do the super chat, which is right below the chat box. It's like a big dollar sign. Click on that during the live stream. You can do that. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, the other thing is what's called a super thanks. And you have to locate that. It's underneath the screen. And I think there's 3 dots you hit, and then you can do super thanks. Again, you can donate any amount you like through the super thanks or through the super chat. And please donate. We'd use your help. And your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunt Hangar. And with your memberships, you get special badges and with your membership, you get access to member-only videos. I actually had to update my debit card information because I had a new debit card. So I went and just happened to check out, and there's about 13 videos that are available to members only. Some of them are my videos that I've done on this platform, and there's some that Sparky's done and Al Raby's done. About 13 at least, last count. So you get that in return, unlimited access to those member-only videos, and there's going to be probably more coming forward as time goes on. In other words, not all the videos we do are earmarked for public use. Anyways, if you want to get in touch with me, because this is Sparky's YouTube channel, go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. And if you would, please locate the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video that Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his beautiful Junar XL. It was orange back then, and I believe it's white right now, white with orange trim. And if you do that, and if you have a comment or question there, I'll be able to respond to you rather quickly because I'll get notified. If you have any questions or comments directed toward me on Stunt Hangar YouTube channel, I don't get notifications. This is Sparky's channel. So if you would, I'd appreciate that. And if you do go to my channel, Please like, share, subscribe there as well. That would help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. And without any further ado, I'm now going to post a link at the Stunt Hangar forum. And let's do that right now. Let me get this going here and do that. Let me see here. Here's the link. And that it is posted. All right, so just look for the New Year's Day 2024 Stunt Hangar video hangout link at Stunt Hangar forum, and that'll bring you right in here. And if it's your first time, you have to approve your camera and microphone, and then you only have to do that one time. Let me see here, got that done, and let's do this. Now I'm going to make my way over to the what I call the control panel. Let me make my way there. This is the first day of 2024. Can you believe that? Man, it is amazing. Into a new year. You have to get used to writing 2024. Let's see here. We do this. Hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve celebration or just went to bed and played it safe, which I did the latter. I didn't go anywhere. Let me see here. I am still having some trouble with vertigo. I am just can't wait for this to be over. I want to go flying. I feel a little bit better. I still have a little bit of residual sickness, I guess. But the biggest thing I'm contending with is the vertigo. That is really a major inconvenience. Seems like when I bend over and lift my head up, I get dizzy and the wind spins around. And if I'm laying down, when I rotate or roll on my bed from my left hip to my right hip, the room just starts spinning. So I know better than to try to go fly. That's what I've been contending with. And it looks like we have 7 concurrent viewers and 6 likes. Gary Sinclair is the first one in the chat box. He is a member of our YouTube channel, and he's also a monitor. He has the blue handle, the blue wrench, I mean, and so he has the ability to kick you out if you're misbehaving. And so, I haven't been advertising on the forum when I'm going to do this. So I hope people know that I do this every Monday and Friday evening. And so hopefully but Gary's making his way in here. So that is good. Look forward to that. I got in the mail today. I got a new Pampa magazine. Hey, Gary, how you doing?
Pretty good there.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So I see you survived 2023. Now we're in the 2024. What do you think about that?
Well, it had to come, didn't it?
Yeah, it just keeps clicking out.
Keep clicking around. Yeah.
I know you've seen more years than I have had.
Yeah, times keeps ticking away.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, all the calendars are out and coming your way.
Oh, fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
good. Hopefully we'll get some of these donations to cover your costs. Lynn Burrell, you provide us with a like. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate that. Looks like John Miller is making his way in here, and so is Sparky. Hey, Sparky, how you doing?
But I'm alive. I'm still not well.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, me too.
Where did you get that at anyway?
One of my motorcycle club brothers came over to visit me before dropped it off for me.
I was gonna say you're usually there in your shop. You're not out there.
He was hacking and wheezing and all that, and I didn't think nothing of it. And sure enough, I got it.
No, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I actually got sick early last week, and but now I'm suffering with vertigo. The room spins around if I'm not careful how I move, You're dizzy.
That's inner ear problem.
That's what I suspect. I went to the doctor and he thought it was just a virus and it's going to run its course. So, Lynn Burrell wishes us Happy New Year, all. Thank you, Lynn. Happy New Year to you.
I tried to get a hold of John Jordan, to get him an address a couple times there on Stunt Hangar. I'm not,
What did you?
posted, but I never got anything back from him. So I don't know whether
Well,
so he could just email me that, and then I could get his out.
okay, I'll send him a message right now.
Okay.
Well,
I tried twice and kept checking there. Didn't hear nothing.
yeah. You did it on the forum?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might not go into the forum very often. Yeah. Yeah, I was working on my Talon today. I have a Talon. It's a Glow. It has a OS Max 35S. And I was working on that today. I'm hoping to possibly take that one out to Arizona.
okay, message sent.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
So I was working on that today. Looks like John Miller is making his way in here.
Yeah. I heard him say something.
You heard John? Last couple of times John has been in, he's had I think bandwidth issues.
Yeah.
So that might be the case with him. Maybe low bandwidth. Looks like we have 12 concurrent viewers and 8 likes. Thank you very much. I suspect that a lot of people did not know I was going to be doing this tonight, so we might not have a very long show. I did get a text from Mark Gerber. He said he wasn't going to make it in. He's not feeling very well, but hopefully we will see him Friday. So today I got in the mail, I got this, let me share my screen. I'll make myself big and share this screen here. Today I got this, well, not today, but I got this, I think Saturday. This is the latest edition of the Pampa newsletter.
Mm-hmm. How many pages?
Let me see here. Not a whole lot, like 14 pages if you count all of them.
I have still yet to receive any Peppa. They've said they were going to send me that stuff, but never got nothing.
Well, maybe you might get it this maybe a few more days because I've gotten mine late compared to other people. I don't know how they send them out. They might not send them out all at the same time. But yeah, it's kind of neat. It looks like there's a team trials report in this issue, and they're going to cover the contest, the meet and meet. I think that's by Jim Aaron does that contest. And then an article on the most unusual stunter, and then talks about wingovers and then there's another thing about the Uncle Mac, and then something about the district reports. I think this District 7. Yeah, which is District 10, and let's see here. 8, 6. So, and 4. Yeah, I don't know what the Uncle Mac. Okay, Uncle Mac. Okay, I guess that's about the Golden State Stunt Championship. So it's really thin.
Yeah,
idea how thin it is. Not very thick, but it's
information, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. We still they represent us, so that's good.
They emailed me a membership card, but that's it. I've never got anything in the mail from them ever.
Wow. Well, hopefully Mark will eventually get it right.
Yeah, I was watching the video there that the Nats, where they're judging them, parents judging. I think that would be awful hard. They all look pretty good, you know.
Well, Sparky has done appearance judging, so he can tell you all
Yeah, it
about it.
would be, wouldn't it? It's hard to, isn't it, to pick out the best one. And when they're
Mm,
all so good, really, I mean, just
well, how I do it, you just, it's by row, one better than the other, and
yeah.
just set them down in rows and let the other guys pick out who's the winner for the appearance, concourse. But, I didn't find it hard. I just,
Well, they're all so close. I would think, they're beautiful,
yeah, oh yeah, they're
But
all,
of course, you're seeing them up close, so you'd see something that I probably wouldn't see on a video.
Looks like John Miller is trying to connect again. Let's see. This is his third time trying.
his bandwidth is really low.
Yeah. Hey, John, you made it in.
Yeah.
Hey, John, say something. Let me see if your mic works. Don't know if it. Nope. I don't think. I don't think he can hear us either. Doesn't sound like he doesn't act like he can hear us. So, that's too bad.
Gonna have to get a technician out there to fix it.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
I'm surprised I got in so fast tonight. Usually mine's slow.
Yeah,
Wait forever.
Sparky's came in pretty fast because I saw John Miller first, and then Sparky was starting to come in, and Sparky came in before John Miller.
Well, I'm on 100 meg pipe, plus I'm not wireless, I'm connected, via LAN.
Right, that'll make a difference.
Yeah.
See my new airplane?
Yeah, to make you big.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Another Viper wing, huh?
Yeah. I was explaining as I really kind of screwed this up several times trying to get it right. Um, I explained this. Jack Sheets, when he built his airplanes, all his airplanes were the same. That's how he was able to build one a month.
Right, right.
Do you remember reading Jack Sheets stuff back in the 80s?
At that time I wasn't in the hobby.
Oh,
I was in the hobby as a kid, and I got back into it about 20 years ago.
70s and 80s, Jack Sheets had a different airplane every month in the model airplane news.
Wow.
And how he was able to do it is first he owned a hobby shop, so he had all the stuff. And second, they were all the same airplane. They look different, but they're all the same airplane, same
Right.
beam wing thing.
So what were the wingspans of those airplanes typically?
55, They were
Okay.
35 size airplanes. There's Len Burrell.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Hey, Lynn, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Happy New
I
Year.
remember seeing some of Jack's later designs, like toward the end of when he stopped building stunters. I remember his Sea Fang and his Messerschmitt and all of those airplanes. And yeah, I think they were pretty much about around the same size, most of them.
They were all the same airplane, just different
Yeah,
track.
just changed a little bit of the shape, and there's another one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Hey,
that's what I'm doing here. Is this going to be another Viper? It's going to be the same numbers, but it might look a little different. Might be a
Exactly.
jet.
Keeps it interesting. It's the way to do it.
Yeah.
If you know the numbers you like and you know what you want to build, why would you change it? It just gets silly. You might as well make them the same when they work. When something works, why change it?
right, right. Let me welcome
A lot of
Jonathan
my
Pilatus.
airplanes,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lynn.
that's all right. No, I was just going to say a lot of my airplanes are the same numbers too. I don't change them too much.
Yeah, like I
You
said,
know, like
if you like how it feels and it working, why change it?
Yeah, like I have a 10-inch nose moment on most of my airplanes and an 18-inch moment between hinge line to hinge line, and the tails are pretty much the same. I might change the shape on them a little bit, but really they're the same airplanes all the time. And the airfoils, well, there's a couple of airfoils I use, but pretty standard, and they work. So why monkey with stuff that, with the cost of building an airplane now, it costs me, you know, $500 to build an airplane. Why would I start changing stuff that's too iffy? And the next thing you know, you got this, as Sparky calls it, a lumber wagon that won't fly. I mean, it's stupid.
There's
Like I've
four
built
ways
lots of
to
them,
put
and
a
I
wing.
know.
There's 4 ways to put the thing together. How many ways can you put a wing and a fuselage and an elevator stabilizer and a rudder on? They're all nobblers. They're all the same.
Pretty much. Pretty much, Sparky.
Hey, Jonathan, what you been up to?
Oh yeah. Oh, Happy New Year, everybody. +1.
Happy New Year.
That's,
New Year,
that's right.
Jonathan.
I was wondering why I couldn't find the right date on here, and I suddenly realised it's the 2nd here. It took me a moment to give myself an uppercut and realise what was going on.
Uppercut, huh? Knock yourself out? Is that what you do?
Yeah. Yeah, we're in Auckland still. We didn't go down to the Nationals in the end because my wife's had a couple of skin cancers removed, 2 off her leg and 1 off her just under her throat, and her leg swelled up the other day, and we thought, oh hell, if we go to Wellington and she has complications on the way down or when we're there, 3 days in bed with her feet up or whatever, that's not going to be much fun. So we decided to pull out of the Nationals, and I was hoping to fly in the scale, sports scale, and do a bit of judging, but this year neither's going to happen. So never mind. Next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, we had a good Christmas. We didn't
Hope your wife feels better real soon. Hopefully she recovers really well.
Yeah, well, that was her just motoring past there. She's on her feet a little bit now, but feeling better.
I'm just about to sit down again because
Yeah, it's just about to take the weight off again. But yeah, I draw the line at her having to get out there and do the lawns as well as make the bed. No, I'm just joking.
Very good.
No, you got to look after them, eh? Happy wife, happy life.
Yes. So
I've
was
been,
you planning on competing at the Nats? What class was you gonna compete?
I was going to go my Spitfire that I built about a year ago with a detachable wing. I was hoping to have that all trimmed out, ready to go, but I just ran out of time. And this came up, so I was going to take probably my Thunderbolt and a Kitty Hawk as a backup. And but Marion's leg got in the way, so that was that. So anyway, this is the what I call my pacemaker that I smashed up a couple of weeks ago. It flamed down on me right up top, and I built a new wing out of foam. I showed you the wing the other day.
Yeah, very good.
Well, that's it coming along there. I'm about to put the monocoat on it, and I don't know whether you can see the detail, but I like to get carried away with the detail, a little bit of panel work and stuff, I even sit there in front of the TV and drive myself dotty with a pen and put the
very
rivets in on
good.
some of them.
Very
Yeah,
good.
Just gives it a bit of depth,
Right.
So there we go. So I've got to get that back together. Oh, the flaps are missing, by the way. I've got to sort them out. They're all buggered up, actually. I've got to sort them out. I almost thought of building new flaps, throwing the old ones away, but I think I'll hang on to them. There's actually nothing wrong with them. They're quite stiff. They're just a little bit messed up. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to.
Oh, very
And
good.
I'd like to say to Len and all the other Canadian guys, I hope you all stood up and saluted for the King the other day, Len, and watched his speech.
I did not. Sorry. I did not.
Oh, gee. I'm disappointed, Len.
There's also Stuart too.
And yeah,
Oh, yeah, and Stuart.
Stuart too, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed out too.
Not quite the same as his mother. Quite different to his mother. Thank God. Yeah.
Well, I didn't catch the order, but let me go with Ed Watsky. Hey, Ed, how are you doing?
Hey guys, I wanted to start the new year out right, so doing well.
Very good. Very
And
good.
yeah, good seeing everybody. All the best
Absolutely.
2024.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the 10th year for Stunt Hangar YouTube.
Very
Wow.
good, Sparky. Congrats. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
congrats.
It's awesome, Sparky. 10 good years.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. How are you feeling, Sparky? You were crook as a parrot the other day when I saw a bit of your video.
I'm a little better, but I'm still not well. I mean, I'm not going to stay on long.
You might need to sniff a bit of that balsa wood sawdust.
I tried some of that today, but
Yeah, or as my wife said, sniff a bit of dope. I was using a bit around here the other day, and I got short shift.
I did get to use my sander that Santa Claus dropped off. That thing works great for sanding beams.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that. It looks good. Yeah. And what have you been up to, Len? Up in Canada?
I've been helping Naomi get started on her new airplane, so that's what I did
Oh,
today. We went
yeah.
down to the shop. We went down to the shop and we were down there all afternoon drawing out ribs and cutting leading edges and trailing edges and parts for the new twisterette.
Yes.
Oh, good on her. I really take my hat off to the girl, you know, because
So
there's
like you
not many
say,
females
happy
involved
wife,
in.
happy life.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Keep the
Yeah.
late when she says she wants to go down to the shop and work on the planes, I'm all over that. Let's go.
Yeah. And when you buy a couple of Super Tigers, you buy two. Oh, look, I bought one for you.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Have
What
you
have you
run
been
that
up
new
to,
She really
Super
likes
Tag?
the
Have you run
Go
that new
ahead,
Super
Sparky.
Tiger, Len?
I
That I
have
told
not.
You
I
haven't?
have not run it. I have
How
not
come?
run it. I'm saving it for a special project. I just haven't decided which one yet.
Oh, you need to get yourself a Brian Gardner liner if you can get one.
Yeah, I should actually do that. I should do that. You're right.
Good luck.
Take the
If you
head to
find
Probably.
two, I'll
somebody,
take one.
take the head to somebody, and that was a dish head that I sold you,
Yes, it was.
and have it turned into a round head. That'll take some weight off of it.
Yeah, I got a guy who can do that actually. Ray Van in Michigan. He can do that for me. Not a problem.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Sparky. I will have him do that if he can.
But that was a brand new motor. Brand new.
I appreciate it. Again, thank you. Much appreciated.
You can send me back
I
the
also
13.6 props you got.
Yeah, there are not many good props left out there. They're really hard to find now if you can get good props.
That same thing
I've
happened
got
to
a
me
few.
today at Cabela's. I bought some number 11 caps for my pistol.
Right.
And we were having a cap shortage here, 10s and 11s. Well, I went back and said, well, I'd like to buy two more 10s of 11s. Oh, we don't have any. I should have bought all of them when I was there.
Exactly.
Idiot.
Exactly it. You know, we do things, an hour late and $1 short on everything. Yeah, an hour late and $1 short. The story of my life.
Yeah. Has there been much flying going on up your end of the world, Phil? And
We
Ed?
went out. We went out the other day. What day was it? We went out Thursday or Friday. I can't remember what it was. But we went out and went flying, and then Saturday was windy and cold, and today was better cold and windy. So we were supposed to fly today. And you go outside and you think, well, this isn't so bad. I think
Yeah.
I'll go charge some batteries and go to the field. And then before you can turn around and walk back in the house, a hard gust hits you and thinks, oh, that's bad. So, you know, I didn't do any flying today. We're hoping to go tomorrow. Just depends on how the weather goes.
You guys have had a bit of rain up around. I see on the news here up around New York, and that you had a bit of rain a few days back, didn't you? Up around that area.
Yeah, they had a bunch.
Yeah.
I just got in a package from your neck of the woods.
Okay.
I think it came from Auckland. I ordered a CTS rod. Any of you who fly fish or coastal long distance casting rod fish, if you see a CTS rod blank, buy it. I think it's the best one out there right now. It's just a beautiful blank.
Something technologies.
I really don't know. Just CTS is all I know. But
yeah,
they come to our rod show here. We have a rod building show here once a year, and they came a few years ago, and I bought one and built it and really love it. And Dye was supposed to be the best one out there, and this thing casts so much further it's not funny. So I've got two others now, and I've got a third one ordered, a fourth one ordered, and you can't beat them. Now, if we could just get them to make propellers.
Did you say it was a saltwater casting line rod?
Yeah, they're all four of them are casting. It's saltwater casting rods and a saltwater casting fly rod. For 10 foot, 10 weight. I know. That's the reason I mentioned propellers. Let's go back to models.
Yeah.
But anyway, Charles,
damn. I haven't got my red one here.
Oh, thank you.
I hear you.
Thank you, Ed.
Sparky, I hear you had the same. Did he leave? No, there you go.
Sparky's still here.
Sparky, I had the same problem, whatever that you had. I haven't gotten anything from Pampa. I don't even have a card, virtual or otherwise. So don't feel like the Lone Ranger, brother. I know. Yeah, I saw that. I tried to give you a like on my telephone before it died, but that didn't work. So anyway, I don't think it went through, but I tried.
Well, it didn't go through, but thank you anyways. Let me catch up on the chat box. I think I left off with McBride 001. He's a member of our YouTube channel. I believe this is Ruben McBride. He says, New Year's Day flying went well in Las Vegas. Mild weather temperatures, 57 degrees. That was 5-7. And then Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Ruben. And then, or if it's Steven, Happy New Year. And then Frank Model Aviation Workshop says, Happy New Year, fellas. Like provided. Thank you very much, Frank. And
is
then
that Frank Williams?
Jack. Say it again?
Is that Frank Williams?
I don't know what Frank's last name, but he has a YouTube channel called Frank's Model Aviation Workshop.
Frank Washburn.
Frank Washburn. Okay.
Thank you, Sparky.
Okay.
And then Gordon Jack said, I forgot what he's referring to. And then Gordon Jack says referring to the king. Okay. So, and then Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, yo. And then Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year, Ewans.
Absolutely. And we have in the house now, we have Mark Wise joined us. I didn't get a chance to say anything to Stuart, but hey, Stuart, how's it going? Are you making more progress on your shop? Or did the celebration of the New Year get in the way?
Well, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm actually pretty much next couple of days. I think I'm going to start back into some airplane stuff. So, yeah.
Hey.
Very good. Very good.
So,
that's
yeah.
great.
You got me beat by about a day. I figure it's going to take me 3 days to put all the Christmas stuff up, and then I can get back to the shop.
There you go.
Yeah, I see your tree is getting shorter.
Yeah, it's I got the light. We got the lights off and got the top out of it, but didn't get it back in the box yet. Tomorrow morning.
I did all
Mark,
of that
I
today,
got my
inside and out.
got my Pampa newsletter today. I mean, not today, but Saturday.
Good.
But Sparky hasn't gotten his yet. I told him maybe in a couple of days or so. I'm sure you took care of him.
Well, I'll tell you why Sparky's is late. Is we're trying to find the lightest possible paper to print on.
You can put mine on heavy stuff. Just send it.
Yeah.
Sparky, you get yours, I promise you.
Okay.
I want one too. Oh,
So what you
I
been
heard
up to,
he's
Mark?
I heard he's getting in tissue paper so he can reuse it.
hmm,
Oh my God.
that's bad. That's just
Yeah.
bad.
So, Mark, you done anything in your shop or gone flying or anything?
Well, as a public service, I'm on here to tell you that Friday night I came down with COVID.
Oh
really?
no.
No.
So any of you
not you
guys
too.
any of you guys who are close to me in the screen, I just wanted to let you know.
I
I wouldn't
like
pass
him.
it
He's
along
crazy.
to you.
What are you
I'm
taking
backing
for
up
your
right now.
15th shot?
Paxlovid, something like that. It's 2 pills twice a day for 5 days, and it seemed to be working okay. The only downside is, and I've read this all over, it gives you a very metallic taste in your mouth while you're taking the pills. So I feel like I'm chewing on aluminum foil or something.
No, that's the bleach.
So,
Oh my God.
it wasn't exactly the New Year's Eve I was hoping for, and
No, I bet. I'm so sorry you're not feeling good. Well, you know,
yeah.
I don't have COVID, but I have vertigo. I just the room spins on me if I'm not careful how I move. So
Couldn't
Yeah.
get that
Yeah.
15th booster to work. That's too bad.
No, I got that too.
Not
So,
me.
um, well, when I went to get my shot, the woman who administered it said, "Do you fly glow or electric?" And I guess
Oh
I
my
answered it.
God.
She must have given me the bad batch because of that.
that's fine.
But I'll get through it. I'll get through it.
So are you unmotivated so you can't work on any airplanes? That's
I don't have a lot of energy.
Okay, yeah.
And if I would have combed my hair today, I wouldn't be wearing this hat.
Oh,
But I didn't, there's a certain image I have to maintain, Charles.
Oh,
I understand that. I understand. I understand that. So we
So
also have caffeine in here. Caffeine, you back home or are you still on vacation?
Yeah, I just got back home just last night.
So you're gonna go flying tomorrow?
It's today.
I don't think so. Probably this weekend. Because Happy New Year, guys, first of all.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year
Thank
to
you.
you.
Yeah,
Happy
same.
New Year to you.
Caffeine and oh no, I can't even remember. They live in today. John Carradas and Caffeine live today. See, it's daytime there.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
You can go flying right now. We live in tomorrow, which is tonight.
Yeah.
No, you live in yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday. That's right.
oh God.
That's the who's on
Oh
first.
boy.
Who's on first routine for the year?
There you go.
When the end comes, we're going to be first.
Oh no. Oh boy.
What time is it in Malaysia, Kevin?
It's now 10 in the morning.
Is that
10 in the
yesterday or
morning.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
10:25 at
tomorrow,
night.
Only
morning
12
tomorrow.
hours.
What?
And I
What
think
is
what,
it?
16 for you, John?
Um,
About 16 for
it's
your floor?
It's 4:26 here now. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you
What
guys are
is the
yesterday.
date? What is the date?
Oh, the second.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
But you guys are about 6 or 7 hours different to us. So when the daylight saving happens, it all gets mucked up because you guys do it at a different time, and then we catch up, and then you go forward, and then we go back, and it's a bit of a performance.
John, can I have a pen, please? Or a pencil?
I don't
Yeah.
know how in the world people keep up with all that crap.
Right.
All that going backwards and forwards is just,
It's for the
caffeine.
children. Yeah.
Made any progress with your hinges? Caffeine?
No, not yet because the last time we were online, it was afternoon when we had the conversation, and the night on that day, one of my uncles passed away. So
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, sorry to hear that.
it was a sudden death, I guess, because during the day he was fine, he was totally fine, but we never know about the death. So yeah,
Heart attack don't give much warning.
Yeah, sorry.
he got cancer though, but that day he was fine, but yeah, we never
Caffeine,
know.
Caffeine, what is your native language there in Trinidad?
He's in Indonesia.
Indonesia.
What is your native language?
It's Indonesian. It's Bahasa Indonesia. It's Bahasa Indonesia.
Is
Yeah.
it like Spanish or
It's no,
Tagalog?
we don't speak Spanish. It's like we have our own languages. So yeah.
Well, you're doing better than us. You can speak English. We can't speak whatever you speak.
Right. You're
Yeah,
doing
that's right.
great.
Well, I got one though for him. Terima kasih.
Yeah, thank you.
Sama-sama.
Very
That's your
good,
guys' lesson
Ed.
for today.
Very good,
Yeah.
Ed.
Awesome.
Whoops, sorry.
I can barely speak
you
English.
guys-
There's no way I can speak anything else.
Yeah. Did you guys say something bad about Charles a minute ago? You and Kathleen, Ed?
That's funny.
I'd never do that.
I know you would.
I've got some dogs to go corral.
All right. Okay.
He's got two gorgeous dogs, but they get wild. They're probably
Hey,
running around the house
Charles.
trying to drive him crazy.
Yeah, since you're asking about hinges, another question. So, do you glue the wire joiner after you glue the flaps on both sides, or you know?
Well, we'll get Sparky involved in that, but I just do one side at a time of the wire joiner. I glue one side.
Okay.
But I put the hinges in, unlike Lynn, and Lynn's fine is perfectly fine. I put the hinge in the control surface first. I glue those first. Then I put it in the in like the wing, for example. You do the flaps, then I put it in the and then I glue the flap onto the joiner wire, and of course the hinges go into the trailing edge.
Okay. What you use a removable system? Pull a wire out?
I have done that. I usually do that. Usually I do that. But I answered it assuming he wasn't going to do that. Hey, Sparky, I think I was talking to Caffeine last time. I'm not sure, but I believe some of the slots are misaligned. They're not totally line of sight. And he's wondering how to fix that.
I would just fill it with some balsa wood and redraw the hinge lines, and it's only wood. Just fill them up with wood and cut some new slots. No big deal.
Okay.
Would you glue that wood in? And you glue it with CA or what?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, CA or white glue. White glue you can cut pretty easy. CA is pretty hard.
Okay. Is white glue is out? What do I get?
Tight bond.
Is the yellow glue the gorilla glue?
No, that's fine.
Gorilla yellow glue is the same.
Oh Lord, Gorilla Glue's tough.
Yellow glue is okay.
Okay.
When you put yours together, do you put all the hinges in the wood and then put it up to something straight like a table side or piece of glass or something? Push them all in at once, and then stand it up with the flap down and the hinge laying on top of it. Okay, as long as you know to do that, you'll be all right.
All right, I will remember that. I haven't glued anything just because now I want to make sure it's all aligned, and then just do the glue after that. Yeah, just
Okay.
take my time.
Well, that's the big
Road
thing.
service should be really free, that you just flop around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a chat from Terry Forbes. He says, "Good tidings, all. Happy New Year. I'm told it's getting. I'm told is getting old. I don't get that. Terry and the Pirates, South Florida. I'm told is getting. I imagine there's some spell check or some autocorrect that messed it up for us, Terry. I imagine you're saying I'm told it's getting cold, I guess. I don't know.
If he's in South Florida, he wouldn't know about that.
Well, last time it was 57 degrees.
Ooh,
that ain't cold.
Oh, geez,
It
that's
was in the
cold.
50s. That's cold.
57 short sleeve weather. I mean, shirt sleeve weather around here.
Yeah. I think it's 37 right now.
Yeah, that's what it is here. No, I'm sorry. It was earlier today, 34 now.
Let's see what it is now.
57's a heat wave.
Yeah, well, you're Nanook from the frozen north. You ought to know about getting cold.
31 right now.
31.
Yeah.
Wow.
Muncie is 31.
It's below freezing, isn't it?
Yeah, mine says 49. It's pretty cold for Escondido.
33.
Does water freeze at
Escondido is
32?
49. Golly.
Omaha is 28.
I thought water froze at 32.
It does.
Oh, bloody hell.
Hey, we were out
25 here.
Oh, I just checked mine. It was
Shoot. Oh my God.
98.6.
Oh my.
Pretty warm.
Oh
here.
my
We
God.
went
Oh
to the
my
field the other
God.
day.
Well, I'm glad he's
We
not
went to the-
pregnant.
No.
Yeah. We went to the field the other day, and the field, it's rained so much, the field was so soggy, and it was like 35 degrees, 34 degrees, I think it was. But it warms up pretty quick in the mornings. The ground was still crunchy. You knew it was just icy going out there, and you get that crap on your shoes, and then the center of the circle is concrete, and you go out there and you're sliding around trying to fly. That's just a whole lot of fun.
That doesn't sound like fun to me.
That was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah,
It beats
34.
the heck out of sitting home.
What do you
I'm
use for a
25
glow
here
plug
right
in
now.
those conditions? Number one.
What do you do for what?
For a glow
What
plug.
do you use for a glow plug in those conditions? Number one.
I push the button and go out and listen to it go boom.
Oh my God. Here we go.
No, I don't. I do both. I do both. I'll tell you a little secret. I was out flying Friday afternoon on a Fox 35, so I still fly it all. I fly a little bit of everything.
So when it's really cold, do you just use lighter fluid to get started or what?
Yes. Use lighter fluid as soon as you land. You wipe the motor down, model down real quick, wrap the motor in a towel to keep it as warm as you can, and wait your turn.
I can't believe that. Wrap it in a thermal blanket.
No, just the same rag we wiped the plane down with, really.
Yeah,
most of
yeah,
the time.
yeah.
But just something to hold a little bit of the heat in, because it gets
Yeah,
cold
yeah.
out there.
Wrap
Yeah.
it up and I leave it there till about the second week of May.
That's it.
Yeah, but like I say now, Nook, you're from the frozen north, you know?
Yeah, I'm not taking any airplanes out right now. There's guys up here that think going airplane flying is a great idea at this time of year. I just look and go, call me in the second week of May.
Well,
That's all I
I've got
say.
guys, one of our good flyers and good builders, told us Saturday, I'll see you next week for lunch by 11:30. Just call me and tell me where. I said, well, you're not coming to the flying field. He says, when the weather gets back up above 50, call me. I'll be here. But below 50, man, it ain't gonna be 50 till March or April. He said, well, I'll see you then.
See you then.
Good
That's
gracious,
right.
man. I don't know. We tried to go today. A bunch of us tried to go today. Four of us at least tried to go today, but it was just, man, it was bitter cold this morning, and the wind was, it'd be beautiful for 10 minutes and then it would gust like crazy, take your hat off your head, and then it would get calm again. And it's just weird weather.
And like you can fly a ringmaster in just about anything, but the thing for me is I look at it and go, why would I want to? Why do I want to pack all that crap in the car, go out there, freeze my hands off, putting lines on and taking them off and trying to hold on to a handle with a glove and goofing around. I think, well, what a waste of my time. I could be down in the shop doing something productive.
I can remember as a kid going out in the cold, and this is before I started using chicken sticks. And when you flip the prop with and it's cold, man, it really hurts to fight you.
That would hurt.
Get your attention.
I remember those days, Sparky.
Yeah.
I still got some scars from 049s trying that junk.
I did it on 35, McCoy 35.
Oh yeah. Bang. Ah.
I've seen a top flight nylon prop break off and stick in through the guy's jeans and thermal underwear and barely stuck into his leg.
Whoa.
And that because back then you had to, if I remember right, you had to boil those props and stuff. But
yes, you did.
Yeah, it was cold. It was cold out. It was cold out. That was an eye opener for me.
See, I didn't know to boil those props when I was a kid. I used to use them all the time.
Yeah, me too.
I'd buy them out of the store and put them on my plane, and I would flip it. I didn't even bounce them or anything. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
no, I used to boil them too. I used to put them in the pot of water and boil them up on the stove. I remember doing that.
Balance, what's that?
Yeah, top plate white nylon prop.
Used to increase the amount of H2O or something in the mixture, didn't it? In the nylon, make it softer or something, or tougher, or
softer.
The props absorbed the water, didn't they?
Made it softer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was a teenager.
All I remember is when you'd start the airplane up, the prop would be doing this. It'd be going back and forth.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
I used to love the guys who did not balance their propellers. Because where I lived back then, the guys all flew OS Max 35Ss, and I had McCoys. I wanted an OS and couldn't afford one. So I went to the hobby shop and I bought 2 cases for OS 35s. Everybody said, but you don't have an OS. What are you doing it for? I said, wait a few weeks. Well, a few weeks later, when one of the kids' motor, the front end of it was so loose that he tried to start the thing and all the fuel's coming out the front of it, he'd say, give me $2 for this thing. Okay. I give him $2, take it home, take it apart, put it in my case. I might have to make a new, for some reason, the backplate gasket was the one that would always break. The head gasket you could save, but the backplate gasket would always break. So I got my dad to give me some material to make backplate gaskets out of. I learned how to make gaskets early. And I put myself together an OS 35S. The cylinder and piston were already broke in. All I needed was a nice case, a balanced prop, and I was fixed for the summer. Hey, when you can't afford the best, you do what you can.
So the McCoy 35 crankshaft would fit inside the OS case?
No. No, I bought his OS 35S.
Oh, his? Okay.
I bought his worn out OS 35S and put it in a new case.
Okay.
Because an unbalanced prop would wear those plain bearings out and 50 flights, they were worn out. Of course, when you was a kid, 50 flights was all summer.
Yeah.
But the way you do it,
the airplane lasted 50 flights.
Yeah. I still have had one last that long back then, but the best one I ever had, I was doing real well with, I thought, with a McCoy 35, and it quit straight overhead. Came down and crunched right at my feet. Oh, I thought I was going to try to catch it, and I thought that thing's moving a little faster than I thought it would be. I let it go. I got the heck out of the way. Man, bad deal.
My first big airplane lasted 50 flights, but I'll tell you, it had a lot of repair work before it got to 50 flights.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it did on the first flight, let me tell you.
Yeah.
When it got to 50, it looked like it had been through 350.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I didn't have a stooge either. So sometimes you'd call your friends to go fly. They couldn't go fly. So it took a while to get 50 flights.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't know anything about stooges.
Yeah, my friend was my stooge.
Like when I first learned to fly, I was flying Ringmasters at Navy landing gear. We go out and stun them and land them and then put streamers on them and go fly combat.
That sure was fun back in those days.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you could go
It
mow
was a
3
lot of
yards.
fun.
You could go mow 3 or 4 yards and buy an OS 35. If you went to the hobby shop, a McCoy 35S was $14. No, $13. $13. A Fox was 14 and an OS Max was 15. George's
I bought
hobby
mine
shop
for $5.95.
You're a little old. You must have started a little
No, no,
before I
no,
did.
no. 1970s, they were $5.95.
For what?
Oh, a McCoy 35.
Wow. I don't remember that. I
Nice.
started in the 60s, but I think I did buy. See, back then I always bought used ones, and I think I was paying them $5 for used ones, and they were going to buy a new one for $5.95. That's probably what it was. I was flying the worn out stuff. That's the reason I always wanted an OS 35, because those things kids went over and they prime it, hit it one time, and it was running. I'm over here flipping for 10 minutes to get a McCoy to run. But I look back on some old McCoys now, and man, that propeller, oh my gosh, those things are worn out.
Just out of curiosity, what was everybody's first big plane with a big motor that actually was successful?
Mine was the Magician with a Super Tiger 35.
Beautiful. Good combination.
Super Ringmaster McCoy 35.
Okay.
Mine was a
Not big, but biggest I could do.
Okay.
Panther.
1971 edition. We'll see how much a McCoy is.
All right.
Mine was a Calamity Jane with an ETA 29 in it.
Okay.
Oh man, I wanted a Calamity Jane so bad. We went to the VSC, and the guy had a set of plans to it there, and I bought a set of plans. Brought that thing home and built it. Took it out. I think it lasted 3 flights. No, I don't remember what happened. Oh, an RC car got loose and just flattened it. It was sitting on the ground. I said, I don't get upset too bad when I lose one flying, but one gets destroyed on the ground through somebody else's sheer stupidity. That kills me. Yeah, I hear you now,
Yep,
John.
go ahead.
Okay,
How are you, Santa?
I'm having to put captions on, so
How are you, John? Are you not able to hear us?
no, I'm not able to hear you at all.
Oh,
I
okay.
tried. I heard
Oh,
you for a
man,
while,
that's
but
a
then I had
shame.
no video. So
Hey,
I
Len,
was, I was
Yes,
going to
sir.
show you if I've got the bandwidth, what I've been working on.
Show
If
us.
you'd like to see it.
That's what happens when you fly at warp 12.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do it.
Give it a shot. I have a comment from Mark Lumen, who's also a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support, Mark. He says, got you liked and watching tonight. Have some projects on the build. We'll try again Friday. Happy New Year. Thank you, Mark.
Those
Happy New Year, Mark.
Those
Yeah.
tornado props
New Year,
we're
Mark.
talking about,
Yeah.
10.6, 85 cents.
Yeah, I remember
Wow.
that. I remember buying them for 25 cents. About 1965 or 6.
hey,
Low
Len,
cost,
I
low
started
Yes, sir,
with
Mark.
I started
49
with a,
cents.
Yeah.
I started
Go
with
ahead,
a,
Mark.
jeez, now what?
Oh, that's pretty.
No, I can't see. I can't see.
We see it, John.
Anyway, this is
That's the
what
Cavalier
I've been working on.
Yeah, it's the Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. Yeah. Pathfinder.
Is that the LE or is that a new Pathfinder
That's his
fuselage?
new I think that's his new design. New enhancements.
John, is that the 4-wing like I just built?
It looks like it, doesn't it? No, wait, there's
It's D2. It looks D2, but it looks like what I just built.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
it
the
is.
profile for a OS 46 LA up to a 51, somewhere in that size. The wing uses the same wing that's on the Pathfinder 40 Pro. I can bring it up here real quick.
John, I know you can't hear me, so I'm gonna say it slow so this thing will pick it up right. I'd like to get a copy of that fuselage because I've already got
I
a
can't
wing
hear
that nobody
anybody,
read.
so
I know.
You can text him, Philip. Go in the chat box and
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just call him after a while, after my phone charges a little bit. That's sharp. I'd like to put my wing in that new fuselage because that's better looking fuselage. That's sharp looking.
Nice, sir.
be here in a minute.
Thunderjet
I'll
049,
be seeing this. I don't
$1.99.
know if I got the bandwidth.
Oh my goodness. Remember when the magazines all had a page of just advertisements of stuff you could buy, kits and stuff?
So let's see here.
Here we go.
Yeah,
There's
that's the
the
one I
wing.
just built. Oh no, that's not. That's elliptical. I mean, geodetic.
Swept.
Wow. Well, I built a swept and it's D2, but it's not geodetic.
Give you a good idea of what the wing is. 648 or 49 square inches.
John,
It's
when you
above
get
my
that
pay
finished,
grade.
could I mooch a set of plans to that? Just send me the
So, you know, that's
files
it.
and I'll go
Stop
have a
sharing.
copy.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear you, Lynn. I mean, Philip, he can't hear you.
How about
Yeah,
this?
but he's got his transcriber on, I think.
Just type it in. How about this price? Sig light coat. 1 pint, $1.49. 1 quart,
Geez.
$2.79.
Yeah, right. Good luck.
I can't find a McCoy here yet. It looks like Len Burrell. Is that you, Lenny?
I can't see. Hang on, put it up there and I'll.
big.
Nope, that's
Yeah,
not me.
that looks like you, Lynn. My
It does
God.
look like me, but it's not me.
Wow, that is
Wow,
amazing.
that's amazing.
That is funny.
Doppelganger.
Gotta be my. It's gotta be my brother from another mother.
I mean, that's identical. You look at him and look at that guy
I
right
know.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's pretty slick.
That is hilarious.
Bad thing is,
Holy
I
cow,
think I
brother.
remember reading that article.
Yeah, brother from another mother.
He even has the same face. I got another page. He got the same facial expression.
Can't lie to us anymore.
Look right there.
Oh yeah.
That,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
You
I
find out
like
where
the
this.
hat. I gotta get one of those hats.
But he's got more money than Len's got. He's Dr. Joseph Makovich.
He sure is.
Oh yeah.
Might be a picture of Charles in there as well if you keep looking, Sparky.
Maybe.
My God.
There's somebody, I reckon there's somebody that looks like us everywhere, you know, somewhere
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
place.
There is, yeah.
That guy sure looks like me. I'll tell you, that's scary.
That's amazing. Wow, what a trip.
That's exactly what I look like when I'm trying to start an airplane.
That's amazing. That's too cool.
What's the matter with you? Why won't you go? My
Wow.
gosh.
So I got Terry Forbes. He says, I've still got a McCoy 35 in the crystal case, $7.99. That's in 1969. Rips Hobby
Wow.
Shop, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Wow.
What's he saving it for?
And then the T-Bone 1260, that's AKA Tom Luciano, says, Happy New Year. Hope you all have a contest this year. Happy flying. Hope you all win a contest. Yeah, that's right. Not just go, but win a contest. Happy New Year. Yes.
I'll just be glad to be able to fly in one again.
Make it big, Sparky.
First year of the Super
try
Tiger
again.
60. 1971.
And how much?
Oh
say
my
how much it
gosh.
is?
It doesn't say how
Oh,
much.
It's a review. Okay.
It's not an ad. It's
Sparky, isn't that the year that no, Al Rabe didn't use it until 73, 3 or 4 in his Sea Fury.
Mark, while Sparky's having a look there, I wanted to know what's happened to the Triffid behind you. Did you forget to feed it? Mark might be
Where'd
able to
Mark
hear me.
go?
You there, Mark?
drilled head for McCoy 19.
He's not feeling very good, remember?
Oh yeah.
Hobby Lobby's been around a while. This is the Hobby Lobby ad. New dynamic milled flat top head for McCoy 19. $1.
Wow.
Hey Sparky, I have 2 OS 40 VFs that I bought at Hobby Lobby. 2 of them.
Wow.
They used to actually be a hobby shop.
Oh,
One of them still brand new, but they used to be a hobby shop.
for 46.
Nowadays, craft store. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, were you trying to ask me a question earlier?
I was. Were you the one who asked what the first big plane was?
Yes, I was. What was yours?
Yeah, my first, and it was a good flyer, was a Sterling Spitfire.
Oh, cool.
Really?
But the engine, I ordered it from America's Hobby Center, which I went to frequently because I lived in New York. I asked for a Fox 35, and they sent a Fox 36.
Ooh.
With a square intake.
Right.
Ooh,
It took me a while to get it right, but I'll tell you what, it was a good flying airplane.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
It's a little short coupled, but it was a pretty airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you were excited to fly that the first time.
Well, I almost lost the handle because all I'd flown up to that point were half A's.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. So
Then grab a hold to a 36X.
Matter of fact, after the first flight, I couldn't let go of the handle. The hand was kind of crunched.
Yeah.
I think that's why I write left-handed.
Wow.
It's awesome, Mark.
Yeah. That was
My first
1970.
airplane was 70. Okay. My first big airplane was a Goldberg Cosmic Wind with,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate to say this, but an Enya 35.
Oh my
I'll tell you,
goodness.
it was a very nose heavy airplane. I had to go to the local garage and get 3 great big tire weights to strap on the back end of it to make it balance. It flew pretty good. I'll tell you, I was pretty
Yeah.
impressed with it.
You guys remember carrying the big, mine were ever ready, I think, the big 1.5 volt
Yes.
cells.
Yeah.
Big round
Yeah.
battery.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We
Oh,
all
yeah.
had those
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what there was back then. I mean,
for
That's
sure.
it. That's it.
And then the guys with money got the dry cells that were square white, look like
from the
I had
airport.
those. Yeah. I had
From the
those too.
airport.
That's right.
I had one of those once upon a time.
Remember those clips that you clip on your glow and head?
Yeah.
And when mine would break, well, then I'd use a one of them clothespins that opens up and take it apart and put it on there and had. So,
I
Yeah.
used to use the TV alligator clips, and then you
Yeah.
used to bend them over so that they would work. They worked
Well,
amazing.
I did that, but we always made sure one wire was a lot longer than the other one,
Yeah.
so they couldn't come together, supposedly.
Exactly.
My first flight box used to be my dad's shoe shine kit. He wasn't happy about it, but it worked.
Yeah.
You know, but eventually I had to give it back to him.
You remember Sig used to have a cardboard one. It looked like a
Yeah.
Pepsi can holder,
Yeah.
but it was cardboard. I think it was 25 cents. I carried one of those until the thing duct tape just would not hold it together any longer. It was pitiful, but it worked.
Did any of you guys have the Cox thimble drone handle that had reels inside the handle?
No,
No, I
have
couldn't
one now,
afford
but I didn't
that.
have it when I was a kid.
I had one of those. The problem with it,
Wow.
Jim Walker's handle was out there already. The big
Mhm.
heavy black one.
You
Mhm.
really,
The problem with this one was
I have two of those.
you cranked one line from one side, you cranked the other line from the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. So the
Wow.
problem was when you want to get the lines back in, you can only do one at a time. So you get
Mhm.
one line about 45 feet and you stop, and then you crank the other line in. And it took forever to put in, came out as a piece of cake. You just pull
Yeah.
on. But it was a clear
Oh my
plastic handle.
goodness. Look at
There-
this. Look
there's
at
what
this.
I
I have
got.
one now, but I never had
Oh,
it
there
when
you
I was a
go.
kid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Make it big there, Gary.
There it is. Yeah.
You guys are old.
Is
That's
that the
wild.
one? Yeah, that looks
hey,
like
listen.
it. Is
Yeah.
there a
Hey, listen,
crank on each
youngster.
side?
No, just crank on. Yeah, crank on. No, just on the one side.
Oh, that was the updated
Yeah.
version.
Wow, that's a different
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Wow,
Listen
that's
to you,
wild.
young whippersnapper. Some of us had to wait 2 years for them to invent dirt. So just take it easy.
Yeah, that one Gary has Mark is
Yeah.
the right-hander one. You had the left-handed one.
Yeah. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
It's wild. That is so neat.
Yeah.
That is neat.
Yeah.
I'd go get a
Yeah.
couple of my collection, but they're out in the building and it's cold as heck outside.
Stemble drone.
We're probably
One
like you
night we
guys.
should all get one night we should get all the old stuff out here that we've got and show it. It would be hilarious.
Yeah,
I
it
bet
would.
some of you guys, even I, have some really old stuff. Pretty neat to
Me
see.
too.
Yeah, I like to see
Yeah.
Me
that.
too.
Be awesome.
Me
We
too.
should
See
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
I think all I used was the Easy Just handle. That's all I had.
till they
Mhm.
shot you.
Yeah.
My biggest memory of an Easy Just handle was holding that when a lightning storm came up, and I just
I
prayed
remember
that
that
thing would
too.
hurry up and run out of fuel. Golly moly!
All I remember was the burn mark on my palm.
Yeah,
It hurt,
yeah, yeah,
hurt
it
a lot.
did. Yeah, it did. Tommy kept telling
Yeah.
me, "We ain't got time for another flight. Oh, we can get one more in before it gets here. That thing's the other side of the thruway. We got time." I didn't make 3 laps before I got hit. I'm out there dancing
Bad
around.
choice.
Um,
Bad choice.
He finally held his jacket up, and I flew into it. About a foot off the
Oh,
ground,
man.
flew into it, and no damage to the airplane. Did break a propeller, but it tore the lining of his jacket. I always felt bad about that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Man, I'm telling you what, that thing was eating me up. Golly moly.
Yeah, we
All I remember was trying to fly the airplane 6 inches off the ground for the rest of the flight. I was scared. Right out of my pants.
Oh, that would scare me. I didn't experience that. Not out here in California. Not in Southern California. I didn't experience
Really
that.
scary.
Scariest lightning I've ever. Where's the scariest lightning you've ever seen? Because mine was in New Mexico. Riding a motorcycle out in the middle of nowhere, and the lightning comes across. It looked like it went all the way across the sky, and then came back, and came all forked and went all the way to the ground in 3 or 4 forks. Man, that takes a lot of juice to do that. That's ooh. And it was still an hour to get back to where we could go to get
right across the nose of the aircraft flying in Asia.
Whoa.
Yeah, that would be worse.
Went from cloud to cloud.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
Phil, I think what you saw was an hourglass.
Yeah. I tell you what, the turn was better than any hourglass I've ever done. I think came back, but when it got near the ground, it forked. I said, man, that's got to be a Triton. Let me get the heck out of here. I would have said it was a Triton, but it had 4 forks. And I told my brother, I said, did you see what I saw? He said, yeah. I said, dang the rest stop. Let's get the heck out of here. And we got back on the bikes and took off again. We went batting it back toward Albuquerque. Man, when that storm got, it ran all night. I'm glad we didn't stop thinking we were going to wait it out. Good grief.
Oh, go ahead, Phil.
I've done some stupid things in my time, but riding across country on a motorcycle was not one of my brighter ideas.
So, old control line pilot, that's Bob Whitley. He's a member of our YouTube channel, and he says, given, Happy New Year's to all. See you Friday. All right, see you Friday, Bob.
Yep.
Happy New Year, Bob.
I'll tell you one thing I've done that's a lot of fun if you have a little time.
Okay.
Is I take out a pad. I used to do this when I was deeper into RC, and I'd write down, to best of my memory, every RC plane I've ever owned. And I think if you did that with control line, you would be shocked how long the list is. And then you'll realize you forgot something because someone else had it on their list. You could probably equip a hobby shop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Sparky and I will still be writing at the next meeting.
Yeah. Sparky would be for sure.
For sure.
I'm
Oh my
over
God.
500, I know.
Good
Over
grief.
500?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was a
I'm
kid,
not
and
that
we
high.
had the hobby shop, I used to build, half days go together in an afternoon. I build, I don't know, 5 a month, 6 a month, somewhere in there.
What'd you do with them? You can't have crashed all those.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Man.
I'm going to start right now and see if I can finish by the end of the show.
No way.
I remember
I'm gonna make it.
those days when you could leave out of the house at 7 o'clock in the morning with a lawnmower and a gallon of gas, push mower, of course, go mow 2 or 3 yards and have enough money to go to the hobby shop and buy a little jumping bean, a golden bee, the dope, and the glue to build it, and go home, spend the week building it. And the next Saturday, you really didn't want to go mow yards because you wanted to stay home and fly your new airplane.
Yep.
But I had to go mow yards anyway so I could keep the accounts. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, now you mow 3 yards. Well, a guy come by here want me to let him mow my yard, and he says, "You look like you got a pretty good sized yard." I said, "Well, it's an acre." He wanted $65. Wow. I can
Well, I
remember
had
when
you
I was a
guys
kid
beat.
mowing. I remember mowing a yard that was bigger than this with a push mower, and I got $3.
I had you guys beat. In Los Angeles, where I grew up, the kids were mowing lawns for $2 a lawn. Well, part of the rule in Los Angeles was you had to have your curb house number painted on the curb. Well, I got some stencils, and I made up a square thing for the white background, and I put it in a box, and I got white and black paint. I went from house to house, and $5 a throw, and I'd walk down the street and have enough to build 10 airplanes.
Very
Wow.
good.
Good
Man,
grief. That was pretty
big
good.
entrepreneur. That's good. I didn't.
That's good.
You know,
I mowed lawns.
I grew up in New York, so what we did, Phil, we collected shell casings. You know, and we sold those to the
Sold the brass.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. No joke. We used to pick up bottles on the way home. Remember when it used to give you 2.5 cents a piece for Pepsi bottle bottles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We picked those up and there was a store on the way home. We stopped and get a drink, a pack of nabs, and walked the rest of the way home.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
disaster when them little Cokes went from 5 cents to 6 cents because they were charging a penny on the bottle. Disaster. But then we started picking the bottles up and taking them back.
Yep.
Yeah,
No, I had a
how about now when you
customer-
go buy a Pepsi and it's in a plastic bottle and it's $2. Good grief.
So one of my customers that I cut lawns for,
Three.
he would just give me engines. Every so often, he would just give me. That's how I got all my engines when I was a kid.
Wow.
Most of them were KBs. I had some Johnsons, some Foxes, and torpedoes. And that's how I got my engines when I was a kid.
All right, I got one for y'all. We've all had the cheap engines. What's the hardest what motor kicked you the hardest on a kickback? Which one hit you the hardest? Which one do you remember the most to getting hit thinking, I don't want to fool with that thing again without a chicken stick or a big glove?
36X.
Well, I never messed with 36X, but I had a Super Tiger 35. And that thing hit me so hard, I said I'd never start it again without a chicken stick. So I took one of my brother's drumsticks and cut it off. Took a roll of my dad's tape and wrapped it on the end of that thing so it wouldn't bust it. Went and started that sucker kick back and broke my drumstick.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that was a motor. It destroyed the nylon prop, both blades.
That must have been a G21, right?
It was a G21 35.
Yeah, I had the CK.
All bearing combat motor. Good lands.
Yeah, that's a wicked motor.
I'll
You
sell
ain't
you a
kidding.
brand new one in the box right now.
I have two. I don't want another one.
G21.
Yeah.
Does it have the baffle?
No.
Does it have the baffle or not? If it's got the baffle, I'll buy it. If it don't have the baffle, I don't want it.
Yeah, but Sparky will give you Band-Aids.
Yeah. I'm telling you one thing. That's the nastiest motor I have ever tried to start.
These are two new G21s. This is a 46. This is a 35. Still got the paperwork.
Are they brand new?
Yeah. Still got the combat Venturi in there.
Wow.
Wow.
Does it have a baffle top piston though?
I'm looking.
Okay.
It does not. It's the combat
Flat top. That's a combat motor.
Yeah.
That's what I had. That will hurt you.
Okay.
You be careful with that. If you want to make that a really good motor, get in touch with our buddy, what are in Australia, and get a sleeve and piston for it, and it'll run like a clock.
I don't like it because it doesn't have any muffler lugs.
Well, that's true too.
Of course, I could take all the guts out of that and put it in this case. And this is a brand new in the box.
46. But pardon my Spanish, why in the heavens would you do something so stupid? Why would you give up a 46 to be a 35?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. That's a brand new 46.
Yeah, it's got great compression.
Very nice.
I got one of those that Randy rebuilt for me, and I've never mounted it on anything yet. I'm going to, but I haven't yet. My wife got it for me one year for my birthday. We'll put that in something special. I've got a Playboy kit downstairs. I'm going to put that in.
Very nice.
Here's a C35, but that's got a baffle, I think.
Yeah, that's a good motor.
Yeah, this is a baffled C35.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I like those.
That's a good motor. You can fly that on Navy carrier, or you can fly it on. You can make it fly stunt.
But the bad thing is, it got no muffler lugs.
Yeah.
No, you still have to find a strap for it. I tell you what, Bob Barron took one of those and put in a plane. I'll think of the name of it in a minute. With a 11-inch 4-pitch prop and flew it letting the motor wind. I mean, it was screaming, but with a 4-pitch prop, it flew stunt beautiful. It sounded crazy because nobody was used to the motor running 1 RPM the whole flight, but Bob did it, and he won a bunch of contests with that thing. I cannot remember the name of it, but it'll come to me in a few minutes.
The airplane that I had the most fun with as a kid, and I think I might build another one, was a Junior Nobler with a Vico 19 on it.
Oh my goodness.
Huh.
I've never had a junior. I've had the 51, the 52, the 57, and a Gieske, but I've never had a junior.
Have you guys had a Super Tiger 3000?
No.
No. Holy smoke.
Yeah.
Holy smoke.
Many years ago.
I don't want to fly the control line stunt model that thing would fit on.
Well, that goes on Danny Banjock's Light Street.
Well, it's funny you
Sure
say
does.
that because a friend of mine asked me if he had a 84-inch Ringmaster kit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And he had this motor for it. And he said, I'm not going to build it. Do you want it? And I said, how much do you want for it? He said, nothing. I just want to get it out of my shop. So I have the kit downstairs, and he gave me this motor. So I spoke to Danny about it. And Danny said, don't even think about it. You couldn't stay on the ground with that motor. So he suggested something like an OS 90, somewhere in that size.
Wow. That right there is a lot of motor.
It is.
That's a weed eater motor.
Yeah.
That's stronger than a weed eater.
That's the mounting plate.
Yeah, that's big.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
No,
This is his cousin.
it's kind of like that.
Yeah, that
That's
was pulling
wild.
20-some pound airplanes pretty fast through the air years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, I still have a OS 60. I've forgotten what the designation is on it, with a tune pipe manifold that I flew when I used to fly pattern. And I need to get rid of that thing. I'll never use it again.
Hey, Len. Len,
Yeah,
are you home on Thursday? Just
I'll have to check. Hang on.
Hey, Howard, thanks for coming in. Howard Rush is in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard.
Oh,
Yeah, all right.
No.
I gotta go, guys.
All right. Hey, thank you. Thanks for coming in, Jonathan.
Yep.
Take care of
Cheers.
yourself, Jonathan. See you Friday. I
Okay,
hope.
Cheers.
See you, Jonathan.
Okay, same to you guys. See you at the end
Yeah.
of the week, eh?
All right.
Yes,
see you
sir.
then.
All right.
You take care of yourself. Have a great week.
Yeah, cheers. Same to you guys.
Yeah. Cheers.
So Terry Forbes says he had a Vico 19 and a Tomahawk in the late 60s. Fantastic flyer.
Yeah.
So Howard, we're talking about our first really big plane when we were kids. Do you remember what your first big plane you liked flying?
Well, I didn't like flying it. It didn't fly very long. Vico Tom Tom,
Okay, Tom. Okay. What motor did you have in it?
an OK-29.
Wow.
Wow.
Did that have a muffler?
No,
No.
Yeah, it was a round cylinder, wasn't it? And there was,
it was extremely loud.
yeah.
Exhaust stacks on both sides.
Yeah.
was that a
We
yes?
had-
Sorry.
I'm
No
not
muffler.
working, but I may have to put a vanity in for Brad, so you'll have to call me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
The fella that designed the Teosaki, Clayton Smith, used to have an All-American senior. Tom Looper has it now. But he had a green head 35 on it. I have never heard a motor, any motor, that you could fire up and before you could launch the thing. I mean, the Fox 59 that Rusty had in his Taurus hurt. It was so loud. But this thing was not just loud, it was so shrill. It just felt like it was splitting your eardrums.
Oh no.
And that
Yeah,
thing,
we had them on profiles with the exhaust pointing up. Yeah.
well, this thing was vertical with the exhaust stack pointing right towards you. And it was, oh man, that thing was nasty. It didn't come out when the motor's upright. We're used to the motor, the muffler sticks out. Anyway, it's backwards of what it's used to being.
Right.
And it was towards you. And it just absolutely, that was the loudest motor I've ever, what the heck? That was the loudest motor I've ever been around. And Clayton, please leave that thing at home next week. Good lands, that thing's loud.
Yeah. I had a torpedo motor like that the exhaust is pointing right at you when you start the motor.
Yeah.
you know why that is?
No, I thought, why they do that?
Because they
Why do
used
they
to
do
fly the other way.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They flew clockwise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What difference would that make?
It would be the same as a standard motor with the exhaust on the inside if you were flying the other way around.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. I forgot the guy's name. Think of it in a minute.
Jerry Phelps?
No, Jerry Phelps flew that way till he died. But
Could be any.
Air Force is on the Air Force team. He's a good friend of Tom Morris's. I've got his P40 downstairs. When he started and didn't finish, I've got it to finish for Tom Morris. And Tom asked me to finish it and fly it. Oh man, I really hate that because I really like the guy. He was a great guy, but I'm having a brain fart.
PRS.
CRS is real, brother. I prove it daily.
Hey, Stephen Mincelli, is joining us. Hey, Steve, thanks for coming in.
I
Happy
see.
New Year, brother.
Good to see you. I have
What's
a
going on?
guy in the chat box, Era. He says first big plane for him in 1958 was a McCoy 19 in the strip plank Berkeley P-47, flown with a
Wow.
half a thimble drone handle. Plane great, but Dacron lines, and the plane lasted 2 flights. What did I? What did I know?
That much power on Dacron lines, he probably broke a line. Good gracious.
I got a good, it'll take 2 minutes, a good ducted fan story to tell you guys.
All right.
Every year, I went to Toledo for about 36 straight years to the trade show. And I'd always get panicky around 4:30 on Saturday because we would get there Thursday, stay all day Friday, all day Saturday. And the shop would close. The show would close at 5 o'clock. So 4:30, I still have cash in my pocket. And the guys
That
I
scared
traveled,
you?
huh?
That
No.
scared you?
No, but I had money left. I didn't want to have any money left. It's a long ride to Toledo. So I found this guy selling profile ducted fan airplanes, almost ready to fly, maybe 25, 26-inch wingspans with the little servos. All you needed was a receiver and a transmitter. We all had that. So I ran back to the guy. I said, hey, I found a great deal on this airplane. It's $45, ready to go. You just need a receiver, because we weren't doing control line then. So they all gave me $45. So now I come back with these things, and I was the first one to build it. So I build it, I bring it down to my friend Jerry's house, and we test it, make sure everything is right. It seemed to go well, and we go to a full-scale airfield, which wasn't used for full scale anymore. We used to fly RC and control line there. So my friend Jerry's with me, and he's 6'6". He's an ex-FBI guy. And he says, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I'll throw it, and you fly it. He said, okay. So we checked the controls and gets the ducted fan to just scream. And I throw it as hard as I can, and that thing probably went 6 feet. 6 feet. So he starts giving me a lot of crap about, what kind of arm strength do you have? I could blow it faster than that. So I said, okay, all right, I'll fly it and you throw it. So here he is, huge guy, and he throws it as hard as he can, and it goes nowhere. Now we're really baffled. We're absolutely baffled. Well, here's what happened.
I got a funny feeling. I know.
Yeah.
So do I. So do I.
When we disconnected it to go to the field, we reversed the fan.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
That's
The
what I was
problem was
thinking.
the fan was above your finger. You couldn't feel
Yeah.
any air.
Oh,
even,
no.
Yeah.
even if it's running right, you didn't know. So here are two guys that are reasonably bright that are throwing this thing a total of 10 feet. And after that, it actually flew okay. But that was a
That's pretty
very
good.
weird experience.
Yeah.
Two guys that can fly 3D and they can't make a little bit.
No, we didn't need.
That's cool.
The good thing is you didn't need a large field.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the moments you realize humility.
yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
When I started flying, I had this is second or third plane actually, but anyway, it was a long fuselage Piper Cubs.
Yeah.
Remember them? 49s. Okay, so I did that, and we went back to school, and it has a blacktop back there, and I had the lines probably here just long enough so I could circle and just keep it on the ground. So I practiced going around and around, and then just lift it up off the ground and then land it, take it off and land it. Got used to doing that, and then we went into my bigger planes.
Wow.
So that way I got to, instead of getting a big one out there and hitting the wrong thing and crashing it, I could practice taking off and landing right there.
Wow.
So I think
I never had a control line plane do a full circle on the
just a small. I didn't have it running real fast either. Just had it going around, but just but I could just, at least you could get an idea what he was doing. And
You should have called me.
I had a friend in school. I think we were in seventh or 8th grade, and he wanted to fly his on the basketball field. You know, two basketball goal fields side by side, all asphalt. Well, I figured, there's plenty of clearance. I didn't figure on Jack getting dizzy, and he started wobbling back and forth.
Oh no!
About that time, the plane didn't hit the goal. The lines hit it and wrapped around about 4 times.
Oh man!
Oh, and I'm standing there. I'm convinced. I'm convinced the airplane's coming after me because it's going. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't know what was happening, so I threw my hat. My hat come off my head. The hat ended up in the prop, and the plane's hanging from the lines on the pole. Didn't hurt a thing. Just scared the heck out of both of us. Poor old Jack standing out there. He just kind of falls down. He's drunk as a skunk.
Huh.
But it was. We've done. You do stupid things when you're kids.
Yeah.
So, Steven, what you been up to? You been doing any flying or building?
No, I've been trying to fly my airplanes and doing a little bit of building and working on stuff, but I don't know, since I got back from Vegas, my right shoulder is, I don't know, I can't lift a fork to feed myself. I can't lift a cup of coffee, and I can't
Oh
I
man!
don't know, I can lift my arm up over my head like this about 1 or 2 times with nothing in my hand. If I have any kind of weight in my hand, I can't lift it up.
Oh man!
And I don't know, haven't injured it that I know of or anything like that. So the best I can come up with is perhaps I might have an infection, something, or something going on like that. Maybe, I don't know. I went to an ortho doctor about 3 weeks ago and got absolutely nowhere. And I'm trying to get an MRI without going through the emergency room. And I haven't got that scheduled until January the 9th. So I'm kind of in a holding pattern waiting for that, but I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Take some
But
ibuprofen.
yeah,
Take ibuprofen for it. Try to get rid of the infection.
yeah,
Inflammation.
I took a bottle of 40 Advil, and by the time I was done, I was on some Tylenol for arthritis, and as that gradually wore off, I just took one of the 200 milligram liquid gels, and then about every 3 or 4 hours after that, I took one, just one tablet as needed until the bottle was gone. And when the bottle was gone, I noticed the pain and everything had receded for quite a few days. But, as soon as I go out and fly the airplane, once is good, but twice it starts bothering me. And then, after that, it just becomes really hard to,
Right.
it's just really hard to lift it up. And if I put any kind of like a bottle of grape juice or a bottle of orange juice or something, I can't lift it off the table.
Damn.
I
I'm
can't lift
sorry.
it off the table, and it doesn't make any sense to me because I normally go to the gym and I work out my shoulders with like 220 pounds. I do like 10 sets of 12, and then I do a couple sets with 300 pounds, and I do bench press the same thing with my chest and stuff. And for me to not to be able to lift up a cup of coffee or a fork to my face is it's really puzzling and mind boggling to me right now,
It is. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Very, very, and the only thing it could be is some type of an infection underlying that nobody can see and nobody's checked for yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever say anything about a clot?
What's
Did they ever
that?
say anything? Could be a clot.
No. The doctor that I saw, he walked in the room from 10 feet across the room, suggested physical therapy and a corticosteroid shot. And I asked him what the reason was for it. And he says, well, you have arthritis. And I says, arthritis? I said, I've never been diagnosed with arthritis in my life. I'm 48 years old. I fly airplanes every weekend. I've never had a problem. I've always, gone to the gym every day and so forth and so on. And I said, so how could you say that I have arthritis just by looking at me for 5 seconds? And he got kind of offended. And I said, don't you think maybe I have a pinched nerve or a torn tendon or muscle or something? Maybe there's an underlying infection. Maybe you should get an ultrasound or an MRI. And he goes, oh, let's get an MRI, and he starts writing up an MRI paper. and see you later. I'll see you next appointment. So I'm waiting for an MRI to go back to this guy, and in the meantime, I'm going to see my foot doctor tomorrow to get my cast changed out. And I'm probably going to end up asking him if he can do something because he's right there at the Montclair Hospital. And if he is willing to do something, he can just take me right over to the hospital and have it done. Maybe.
All right,
You know
man.
what I mean?
Ask and see if you have a pain clinic. And if you have a
I
pain,
see a pain doctor. I see a pain management doctor every month for my
he ought
left
to be
foot.
able. He ought to be able to get you an MRI right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that,
thinking.
so that's what I did with my neck. I finally,
Yeah.
I had enough of MRIs and physical therapy, and I went to the pain clinic, and
Yeah.
they set me up on an exercise program, and they put two needles in my back. Well, I'm not fixed yet, but I'm on the mend. I went flying Thursday or Friday, and I did do overheads for the first time in 2 years that my buddies told me were passable.
Very nice.
So
Very nice.
it's coming back.
Congratulations. Nice.
Thank you. But
Very good. Yeah.
go see the pain clinic because those guys.
I'll do that.
The guy that fixed me is not even a doctor. He's a doctor's assistant, whatever you call it. I forgot what you call it.
A PA.
PA. There you go.
Physician's assistant. Yeah.
But he sent me to the see the specialist that put the needles in my neck, and that took care of the pain. And then they prescribed the physical therapy that's actually working. And they sent me to a little girl at the gym. I kid you not, she looks about that big around. She's a carpenter's delight. She's 12, 12, 12. I think she's gorgeous. She's got me moving where I can move and not hurt.
Nice.
That's good.
So
very nice.
So it's a good deal for me anyway. Try it. It may work for you.
I'll have to talk to Dr. Lee and see what Dr. Lee can help me out with. I'm sure.
Give it a
like
shot.
You said, that'd probably be the best thing to do because he's in charge of all that. So yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you for yeah. It's a good idea.
Give it a shot.
Alrighty.
Give it a shot. Good luck.
Sounds
good.
And
other than that, the only thing new is I picked up the other day. I was thinking about grabbing there was a PA 75 on eBay for brand new in the box had Venturis and shims and everything, never run. And the guy, he was in Japan, wanted $475 for it. And I hemmed and hawed, and sure enough, somebody else bought it. And I ended up grabbing it's made by Stalker, but it's a Cosmonato 77.
Oh, that's a good engine.
Yeah, that's a good engine.
Yeah, one of those brand new. And then hopefully in February around the VSC time, when we were in Vegas, I was talking to Mr. Gingrich. He's got an SB 22 that he wants to get rid of. It's unfinished, and it's just waiting for silk span and fabric and an engine.
Okay.
So that'll probably be maybe something in the future here in a few months. I don't know.
It's a good airplane.
Something for later on.
Yeah, because you will need it because you are advancing, you are making progress, so you'll be wanting a plane like that.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what it's about. See if I can hang on to the damn thing.
What's the biggest plane you've flown to date?
The Magnum.
Okay.
I have a couple Magnums that I take out every now and then. I got one that I'm tinkering with, and the one has the OSFSR 61 on it, the pylon engine.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs well actually with a 13.5 on it, but it just doesn't have it needs probably a bit smaller of a Venturi, so its fuel capacity would run longer in California. But if you take it to Arizona, somewhere where the elevation's a little bit higher, you might get an extra minute out of it, or change the nitro content down to 5% instead of 10%. You probably
that'll make it run longer.
You get a little more runtime out of it because it only runs about around
Lots of
about
bandwidth.
635 or 640.
Yeah, your
something
bandwidth
like
is
that. And
fading
it could
away.
probably. Mine is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, your audio is kind of going away from us a little bit.
That'd be
I'm
a
sorry
good-
about that. It's probably the
It's all
reception
right.
at the
Yeah,
place where I'm at.
it's all right.
Let me see if I can sign back in.
Sure, go ahead.
Let's see.
Let's see here. Is there anything else going on? No, I think that's it. I think that's it.
Mark, could I get you to check on something? See if check and see if they have sent me anything yet from Pampa. I have not received a card, the first Pampa Stunt News, anything.
I will do that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sparky, you're in the system. I know that for sure.
Okay, I haven't
They get
received anything yet.
distributed. They get distributed in California first. That's where they're done. So they
Oh,
come.
that figures.
Yeah.
That figures. I just remember. I mean, you know, it's 3 months until we re-up, and I haven't gotten anything yet.
Okay.
I figured I figure it's a oversight in the system somewhere, but I'm not upset about it. I just want to get it straightened out.
You're supposed to get it. I will check on it.
Rolex 24 at Daytona. I like your hat.
Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times.
I went down there once. It was a blast.
It was. I'll tell you a funny thing about that. We were at maybe our third year at Triple Tree, teaching people to fly and hunt, and a bunch of people came down to fly. This was before we even had a contest. And the guy, one of the directors from Horizon Hobby, Pete Goldsmith, came by and he said, hey, I got a guy I'd like to put on the handle. You do it? And I said, sure. And I look at the guy, I knew who he was right away. He was Juan Pablo Montoya, Formula One, an IndyCar driver. I mean, guy with a good resume. And he picked it up real quick. He was very nice. Well, it had to be 2 years later, I go to Daytona, and before they start the race, you can be on the infield. And there he was in front of his car. He was one of 4 drivers on a car. And he looked up and he said, you're the control line guy. I said, I am. He said, you still doing it? I said, I am. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm flying a lot of RC, some jets. But it was nice to make the acquaintance, to be in that row and know somebody.
Yeah.
But he was a good guy. Tyler Perry came down one day at Triple
Tyler's
Tree,
pretty good dude.
and he had boys with him.
Yeah.
So, every once in a while, you meet some interesting people.
Who's Tyler Perry?
That's a trick.
I'm sorry?
Who is Tyler Perry?
He's a very successful producer for TV, I believe, and movies. I think
that Tyler Perry? Oh, that one? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's around the Atlanta area, and every once in a while he has a video of him with someone else flying RC off his private property, off his private strip, which is paved and beautiful. I mean, the guy does quality stuff. And
mucho dinero.
Yeah. I said, do you want to get on the handle? He said, no, it's just really for the boys. I said, okay, that's fine.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the story about the $6 million man coming into the bar? No, this is a true story. My dad's tending bar, and my mom's sitting at the end of the bar, and what the hell was his Lee Majors?
Lee Majors
with Farrah Fawcett, and he orders a beer for both of them, and he puts the beer out there, Budweiser, and he's standing there and he's waiting to get paid. And this went on for quite a while and didn't pay. My dad came down the end of the bar and said to my mom, Dorothy, that guy just won't come off the money. He said, well, don't you know who that is? He said, no, I got no idea. Well, he's a $6 million man. Well, he said, $1.50 ain't going to break him then. It's a true story.
That's funny.
That's pretty good.
Did he eventually pay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But a buck and a half's not gonna break them then.
I'll tell you what, I got a lot of stories about the racetrack, but we'll do that. I'll tell you some of those at Triple Tree.
All right.
I don't hear it. I've had a lot of fun with a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Hey guys, the show is kind of slowed down a little bit, so I want to just end the live stream. It's not late as I normally have it, but we're not doing too bad. It's 8:37. So this is New Year's Day. And so hopefully you have a chance to what's that, Stephen?
Just a quick question. Are you by chance going to the Southwest Regionals or to VSC this year?
I'm planning on going to Southwestern Regionals.
Doing the Southwest Regionals?
Yeah.
But not the VSC?
That's a possibility. I don't know.
Possibility.
Yeah.
Right on.
We got to work on it a little bit. We'll get him out there.
Another quick question.
Okay.
On your ARF that you fly on your SB11, I don't know it's an ARF or you built it.
It's an ARF.
But have you been in that airplane and you've redone the push rods and the controls and everything yourself by hand?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, wonderful.
They're
my
all
only question.
Yeah, they're all that I've made, fastened on the ends, the whole bit. They're all made.
Okay, because I saw one the other day that the push rod tube failed on the carbon fiber tube failed on it because it came from the factory, misassembled correctly. So
that may have been a Vector, but it's the same deal.
Well, it was an SV11 actually. It was an electric SV11.
I saw one on a Vector.
Yeah,
also.
there's a couple vectors. Yeah, I seen that one too.
Yeah.
It's pretty cheesy when that shit happens.
Yeah,
that's what almost happened to my Nobler, and I caught it before it happened.
Good.
And I ended up putting an external. That's why my Nobler has an external rod on the flap to the elevator. It just piggybacks the existing junk that's in there, so I didn't have to cut it all up.
Yeah.
Kind of a quick fix to make it functional because it's not going to win any points for being looked at anyhow.
Right. You're still, matter of fact, have you made any progress on your pattern? Where are you at on the pattern now?
I'm still flying it, but like I said, my arm. So when
prior to that, had you finished the whole pattern?
Yeah, I was flying the whole pattern in Vegas.
Okay. All right. I forgot. Very good, man.
I flew the whole pattern. I flew the whole pattern the first time in Vegas 6 different times. And then I flew the old time stunt pattern in Vegas for I think the 3rd time or 4th time in contest. And I got I didn't get very good, but I got 6th place out of, I think, 9 people. It kind of shocked me because I missed my 2nd pattern. I screwed my what do you call it? My pattern points up. I did it wrong. I didn't come out of my loop right, and I didn't go inverted correctly. So that messed it up. It made my, you know what I mean? I probably could have got a little bit better score if I didn't do that.
That's not bad.
I'm flying an airplane on twisted lines. So the twisted lines are kind of crazy because when you come out of maneuvers, they're still kind of stuck on each other. So it wants to, it doesn't want to come out flat exactly. So it's not real, but it is what it is. And it hauls ass with no muffler because it's an OS 25 FSR with ball bearings instead of a Brodak 25 because the Brodak 25 just wasn't worth it just sag. It wouldn't turn a prop, you know what I mean? You could put a prop on it. So
all right.
But I got it propped up now. And anyways, I had fun in Vegas. It was a good time.
Good.
Pretty fun.
Well, you guys, let's get back together again next Friday. Hopefully you guys have a chance to work in your shop or go flying and have